Traditional civilian defense arts like karate do have grappling techniques, locks, holds, and throws. However, these are not synonymous with those of true grappling arts. Civilian defense arts place a high premium on controlling your opponent in the melee range just outside the grappling range. This is to avoid being pinned down by an opponent for any length of time.
As he's about to push, one bang!
Note how Rob is kept off balance. This prevents him from grappling me by pushing him just out of the grappling range.
If I get him to this position and I don't put him in, I just go to there.
While I've moved away a little, Rob now has his balance and can easily dive into grappling range.
He put me in a lock. I put him on top. Okay, so I can go down with him too. What's the problem? What's happened? What's happened is that I can take for granted what he's doing and forget that he's just going to wrap around there, take it straight back. So how do I avoid that? I pushed him off balance so that he's actually just still in the melee range and not in the grappling range. A lot of people will show you applications and they'll go, the application of this technique is this. And you go, great. It's fantastic. You grapple, you do that to Armando. What's he going to do? Do exactly what you did a moment ago. He just goes, boom, okay, so as I'm applying this fantastic technique, he's just diving. He doesn't wait. He dives now. Okay. We're all very tempted to get into things where we go, okay, boom, do funny things. Love. You try that with a grappler. You don't try it with a person in the street. You know, as we get into figure 4. If you ask an average bouncer who loses when somebody goes to the ground in a cup, I'll tell you, the guy who was on the ground. It's not a ring. No one ever goes, okay guys, we will stand back. No. Every single prosecution that I was part of that involved somebody getting into a scrap, the moment the guy was seriously in trouble, his mates just came and started kicking him. There's a lovely video, I say lovely, really common, of two guys on a street, and they're brawling. One's clearly got the other guy, and he's got him in submission, he's starting to punch the guy. He's in the middle of the road. And the mum goes, don't do that to my Jimmy. No, with a sharp shoe, kicks him, crack, out cold, flat. What is most karate about? It's about staying in this range. I can hit him, civilian defense, but I don't want to be in that range. Once I'm there, someone like Armando will just shoot, boom, whoop, long. Right. So it's all about, okay, now he tries to shoot. Yeah? Because I've kept that bubble. So he punched me, boom. I haven't kept the bubble. Look how strong he is. He's in horse stance, for crying out loud. So what do? Punches. Boom! That's what I do in this case. Or I would go.
It's important to note how far I am from Rob at this point. I've kept a decent buffer, meaning that I have to sink down.
Yeah. Look at this. Now, what do I do when it's at a distance? I sink my body. So you see many Shaolin forms do that. Why? He punches. Boom. But watch. Watch if I don't sink. It doesn't work. Yeah, so you see many people showing applications. They go like this. And a student just goes down, obliging. So I've got two options. Boom. Right there. Or I go, okay. Sink the body. Don't sink the body. But don't do that. You're just going to wrap his leg around. Up. Boom. Right. Is it an arm bar? It's an arm break. You're not going to break it. Probably just do some damage. Thank you.
Okay, this is a technique from Fukigata or Heian Shodan. It's the low and high block just before the 3 steps. You'll notice I've got Connor here and I'm illustrating that if he's too close he can dive. But watch now how I get him in a position where I've kicked out his front leg and put him under a bit of pressure so that he can't easily dive. This is a very basic way of avoiding the dive in. It gives me a buffer so that I can move away should he try to dive. Now I've moved into another application, which is of the upper block, which is the figure 4. You notice the first example, it was very easy for Connor to grab and throw me around. If I've kept that buffer, he can't do that. Now I've taken him into another lock, but notice that I'm behind his leg this time, making it hard for him to dive. He has to do a Bagua and Tai Chi application. Snake creeps through grass to dive between, which is not so easy. But again, I've got a buffer and I'm able to deal with that. His escape is to pull out, so I'm going to do an upward strike, which is another application or oyo of the rising block. I've brought his arm down again. This time I'm more or less in a straight line with Connor, and I bring him into another lock, another application of the rising block. I take the hammer fist into the elbow, I bring him down, and now I'm finally happy to be in a grappling position because I'm on his back. These applications of seipai, and I want you to take careful note. Look at that buffer. It's almost like a pillow between us. Same thing here, same thing here. Watch now, keep that buffer. Avoid him coming into my grappling space. Watch this lock. Watch carefully what I do on this move.
Many people do this over the top in their bunkai. It's a nonsense, yeah? He's just going to grab me and, same old story we were talking about before. So this is how you know it's karate, not grappling. We don't want to be grappling.
Okay, so now I'm going to sweep my arm around, get him in a lock, strike him at the same time. Watch how he tries to increase the buffer so that it's more, he wants to get out of the melee range. I don't want him out of the melee range. I don't want him in grappling. I don't want to keep him in the melee range just the same. Many people interpret this as a head strike, but in fact, he's out of the range now. So you hit him on the elbow. Go over the top with your Uriken, snake around, and you've got him in the arm bar here. Fairly standard application. He breaks out, hit him in the groin, depress the overarm, smother, and finish. That's the only bit of grappling.